Hey everybody, Dr. Diane here, and in this video we're going to talk about common questions around alternative types of therapies such as hyperbaric oxygen, saunas, photobiomodulation, which is light therapy, Rife machines, all of these types of things. So it's really common in the Lyme and mold community because you're reading online, you're hearing people that had great success with some of these other therapies. So the question is it a good idea for you? I can tell you that I have seen amazing results for some people using some of these treatments as adjunct therapies. I have not seen these treatments be solely as a standalone treatment, the only thing that gets people well. And I've also seen a lot of these other side treatments, anything literally from an enema all the way to a colonic, all the way to HBOT, which is hyperbaric oxygen, to these various other energetic types of platforms, bioenergetics, neurofeedback, other things like the Rife, like I mentioned. There's so many different types of these things, PEMF. All of these things have value. But I've also seen in the Lyme and mold community all of these other types of therapies actually creating a HERX, a die-off or a detox type of reaction for people. So especially if you're somebody that is sensitive or has a tendency towards MCAS or histamine intolerance, while these things could help you, I encourage you to go very slow. For sauna, for example, for like near-infrared sauna, we typically want people in there for like a 20-minute time period. We want you to sweat. You want to always, with the sauna, shower immediately afterwards because we don't want the ability of the toxins that have come out through sweat to reabsorb through the skin. But also with sauna, we can encourage higher amounts of the cells to dump their toxins. So for many people, it's really good to start 1 to 2 minutes of sauna, which is not going to make you sweat, but I've seen 1 to 2 minutes be enough to cause a HERX reaction. So you want to start slow. I mean, very, very slow if you're sensitive. If you don't tend to be sensitive to anything, you can jump right in usually. But for other people, you want to test and see how you respond. I've seen people overdo just about any of these therapies out there and get into some really bad situations. But like I said, they've been very helpful. The other thing I've seen go wrong is people that do have great results with some of these therapies and they kind of throw the rest of their therapies out and they say, okay, I'm just going to do this one thing. And then what tends to happen is their symptoms recur. So it's really, or they worsen, these sorts of things. So it's really important to look at these types of therapies as supportive, as adjunct, but as not as sole treatments. So far infrared sauna, so saunas typically these days from detox, a lot of people know the far infrared spectrum of things. Near infrared light has other utility than the far infrared. So near infrared light technology is known as photobiomodulation. I mentioned that word earlier. And with photobiomodulation, what we're doing, we're using technology on this particular spectrum to help with mitochondrial function, which is the powerhouse of the cells, to help with detox, to help with the activation of the detox systems on a cellular level, to help with repair, and to help with killing. So typically, if you're going to use photobiomodulation, you want to use a company and a technology that you're going to get between 633 to 810 nanometer of your frequency. So make sure that that's what you're using is 633 to 810 tends to work best for people that are in the Lyme and mold world. And again, you want to go slow, but it can be very, very, very helpful. But I've also seen people where they do too much too fast and it negatively affects them. So if you're thinking about one of these alternative therapies you've read online, you're like, oh, you're reading about people that had great success, consider them. Just consider them slowly so you know for the uniqueness of you how you're going to be impacted, and don't throw your other treatments that are really designed to get to the root out. Think of these as supportive therapies, but not as solo therapies. So I hope that helps in your kind of understanding of when to use these things and how to use these things and how to consider these things. And I'll see you in another video.